Something strange happened after Natalie McNally died. A phone rang. On the other side of that call was the man now accused of killing her. And according to testimony heard in court, he was crying, screaming, and telling a close friend something that shocked everyone. Natalie's gone. That phone call has now become one of the most chilling moments in the ongoing murder trial of Natalie McNally. Because what the jury is hearing inside the courtroom is slowly revealing a timeline full of strange details, emotional moments, and questions that still hang in the air. Let's go through the story step by step. Because this case has shaken Northern Ireland, and every day in court seems to reveal something new. Natalie McNally was 32 years old. She lived in the quiet residential area of Silverwood Green in Lurgan, County Armagh. People who know her described her as kind, friendly, and excited about life. She was also expecting a baby, about 15 weeks pregnant. It was supposed to be a joyful time, but just days before Christmas in the year 2022, everything changed. On Sunday evening, December 8th, something terrible happened inside Natalie's home. Investigators believe the fatal attack happened sometime between around 10 minutes before 9 in the evening and half past 9. At first, nobody outside the house knew what had happened. The next day, Natalie was found inside her home. News of her death spread quickly across the community. People were shocked. A young woman pregnant, gone just days before Christmas. It was the kind of story that immediately caught national attention. The guards began their investigation, and very quickly attention turned to someone close to Natalie, her boyfriend Stephen McCulloch. Now, this is where things began to get complicated because the accused said he had been at home that night. He told police he had been live streaming a gaming session online, just playing games and drinking. If that were true, it would mean he could not have been at Natalie's house. But investigators discovered something that raised serious questions. That gaming live stream was not actually live. Digital analysis showed the video had been recorded earlier and then played later as if were happening in real time. According to prosecutors, that live stream may have been used as an alibi. In other words, a digital cover. The prosecution told the courts that while the video played online, the accused could have traveled from Lisburn to Lurgan. That journey is around 17 miles. The court heard that the prosecution believes he used public transport to make the trip. The defense strongly disputed this. Stephen had pleaded not guilty to murder. His legal team says the case against him relies on circumstantial evidence. They say he had been drinking heavily that evening and eventually fell asleep. Two very different versions of events, and now a jury must decide which one they believe. But during the trial, another moment caught everyone's attention. A friend of the accused took the stand. She told the court that she received a phone call from him shortly after Natalie died, and according to her testimony, he was extremely distressed. She said he was crying and screaming during the call. Then he told her the word that would later be repeated in court. Natalie's gone. The jury listened closely to that testimony because phone calls like that can become important pieces of timeline. They can help the investigator understand what happens immediately after a death. And they can show how someone reacts in the moment after a tragedy. But that phone call is only one part of the story. Another emotional detail revealed in court involved Natalie's wake. The court heard that Stephen attended to wake on Christmas Day. At the time, Natalie's family did not suspect him of anything. They welcomed him. They believed he was grieving like everyone else. During the wake, the court heard that he spent some time alone beside Natalie's coffin. The detail left many people in the courtroom quiet, because years later, the man who stood with the family that day is now the one accused of causing their loss. Meanwhile, prosecutors presented another key piece of evidence during the trial, the gaming video. Jurors were shown footage of the recording that had been broadcast as a live stream. In the video, the accused appears relaxed, playing video games and drinking. At one point, he is even seen wearing a Santa hat. The prosecution say the video was carefully prepared ahead of time. They argue it was designed to make it appear he was home all evening, but if the recording was played later, it could mean he was somewhere else entirely. The defense rejects that claim. They say the prosecution is interpreting the evidence in the wrong way. So the courtroom battle now centers on digital evidence, timelines, and witness testimony. Outside the courtroom, the case has deeply affected the community. Natalie's death shocked people across Northern Ireland and Ireland. Friends described her as caring and thoughtful. Her family has sat through weeks of trial hearing, listening to details about the night she died. Each new witness brings another piece of the story. Some days the court hears from investigators, other days from friends or family members. Sometimes it is digital experts explaining how videos and devices work. Bit by bit, the jury is hearing everything. And eventually they will decide what really happened. Because at the center of this case are two questions. What exactly happened inside that house in Lurgan on the December night, and who is responsible? For now, the trial continues. More witnesses are expected, more evidence will be presented, and every day in court may reveal something new. But one moment from the trial will likely stay in people's mind. That phone call. A voice on the line, crying, saying just few words. Natalie's gone. And now those words are part of the story a jury must carefully examine. If you want fast updates on Irish true crime, subscribe. We cover everything before it hits mainstream headlines. Thank you.